Aloha everybody, this is Ken. This video I'm going to tell you just a little bit about how I found out that I had cancer. So it was a couple years ago and I had a polyp in this side of my nose and it was pretty good size, like bigger than a pea size. Anyway, it got really difficult to breathe out of the nose, so I went to a doctor, a specialist, and he took a biopsy, and he also noticed I had a lump in my neck, and I just attributed it to having a cold or just a slight infection, but he was kind of worried about it, so he took a biopsy there down my throat. Anyway, like a week later went by and I got a phone call, and they wouldn't say over the phone what it was, so I just flat out said, I know I have cancer, so just tell me. And so they did, and they said I had cancer. I had tonsil cancer, and it spread to my lymph nodes. So I had a choice to make: either get radiation or surgery or chemotherapy or a combination. And I'm not really into the whole chemo thing from everything I've read. So I opted for surgery and then high dose, super high dose radiation. The surgery is right here. I don't know if you can see it. I'll try to put in a clip of it. But it went like that, and you can kind of see it's kind of disfigured my neck a little bit, but not too bad. Um, but I know you're seeing the teeth, and I'm going to get to that. So I had a whole mask that I had to put on for radiation. What they do is they take this big green mesh plastic, heat it up, and push it over your head, snap it down. Well, I am super claustrophobic, and of course, put me into a panic attack. I couldn't do it that day. I had to get Xanax or something to just calm me down for my next visit, so they could do that, because you have to sit in that position with that heated plastic smothering your face, snap down until it hardens, which can take 15 minutes. And with claustrophobia, that sucks. And the biggest, scariest part about the whole thing was them snapping it to the table. The boom, boom, boom. That was horrifying. But at any rate, I got through that, and then the reason I made the mold was to keep my head steady every time I went into the machine that shot radiation into my neck and my tonsils and the different areas. And I had to go for 34 treatments of that lasted about 6 minutes each. Very, very scary. I learned to sing songs and count from 1,000 backwards, and just different ways to cope. But there's a lot of little interesting stories there, as well as about the different medications they gave me to cope, and me not remembering a lot of stuff. But I'll save that for another video, um, about the fun side effects. But at any rate, so I finished all the radiation, finished the surgery. I'll put another video out that explains the entire surgery part, because in surgery they removed like 6 of my teeth, because when you have high dose radiation, you have a thing that's called, I wrote it down, osteoradionecrosis. I'm probably butchering how it sounds, or how it's pronounced, but at any rate, it's where if you have high dose radiation right around this area, you have a very high likelihood of developing an infection, which is basically bone death. It's a really horrible, horrible thing. Um, but at any rate, so what they do is they want to check your teeth, and anything they know that you'll have to have removed somewhere in your life, they just remove them. So that's what they did. They just removed them. Um, and then what ended up happening was, after everything was said and done, finished all the treatments, everything was done, then the COVID hit. Well, one thing that they didn't tell me about was that I would have chronic dry mouth. And with chronic dry mouth after the radiation, you develop uh, different types of problems with the teeth. You know, you can get cavities and other gum diseases and such just because of the dry mouth. So that's what ended up happening. And then all along the bottom here, all right here, because the radiation was up this way, so it affected all of these here. They started snapping right at the gum lines, because the cavity was right at the base. And it just, boom, I just eat something, pop, pop, pop. It was horrible. Thank God we could wear a mask this last year, kind of covered it up. But at any rate, now is my journey to get dentures. And that is where they're going to go ahead and remove all my teeth coming up on February 14th, 2022. And then I will recover from that and then hopefully figure out how I can get dentures, and I'll get the full dentures. And anyway, this is just a video to tell you about how the cancer was found and how it went from there. And please, in the comment section, please just ask me if you have any questions or any concerns or anything you need me to answer. I have a pretty good knowledge of all this. It's just a lot to put in videos. So go ahead and do that, and like and subscribe if you want to figure out and find out what happens to me coming up soon. Okay, thanks everybody. Aloha. Bye bye.